What kind of a monster would do this? How can they sleep at night? They cannot be human. These are some of the recurring questions as people, communities, and at times the country are forced to wrap their minds around gruesome acts which the average person can never see themselves committing. Some past instances would include the murders of Sean Luke, Amy Anamatudo, Ashanti Riley, Andrea Barrath, Angelo Tobias Plaza, and just last Saturday, 12-year-old Mercedes Lane, who was sexually assaulted and beaten to death. But what if we told you that there are people who feel little to no remorse, guilt, sympathy, empathy, and other such emotions which would be associated with humane behavior? They exist, but there is a gap in assessing and gathering the statistics. Psychiatrist Dr. Varma Diyal says it is important to identify the perpetrators of these crimes.
So we have to look at the perpetrators. Why would they reach that level where life comes like nothing? They are willing to snuff out lives. So we have to see how could we identify these people. Do they have some sort of antisocial personality disorder, which we call psychopathy? Or are they individuals who just figure that a life is cheap? They're seeing things that people are dying, so they think, well, it's nothing big. So if you are seeing murders, you are seeing death, it comes part of you. Well, you may not feel any sort of remorse in doing crimes like this. So this is a frightening thing that we have to know. How could we get these individuals?
Some of these mental health problems can be identified in childhood and can include abusing pets and children, as well as having a high pain tolerance.
Antipersonal personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, which we used to refer to psychopathy long time. You could look at a child, tracking that child's behavior. Do they have a conduct disorder where they are destroying things, burning things, dislike authority? Their action as a child could give you an inclination if that individual will be an adult with antisocial personality disorder. Other things you have to tackle. Remember, it's the gruesomeness of the crime. So while we're looking out for these things, when these people are caught, we need a quick pipeline to justice.
Without that, there is a breakdown of social learning, where potential perpetrators fail to comprehend possible consequences for their actions. And so it fuels another thought process.
If they get away, I could do it. So social learning theory actually says, look, they did something, they get caught, quick. Now we have, the Chief Justice has more judges, so this is something we have to commend that. But again, you have to look now, the police, the DPP, do they have the staff now to carry these investigations, to secure evidence, to ensure that when this case is held, we have everything in place?
Would it help if those persons go through mandatory psychiatric testing by professionals so that we could create statistics to know what kind of mental health issues we have cropping up in our population pertaining to the types of crimes that we are seeing?
Yes, definitely, because you have crimes where you have the personality disorders, and sometimes the prison populations is filled with those individuals who have no remorse, they don't care about the law. You also have individuals who may be using drugs, and the drugs itself having to gain money to maintain a drug habit, or the drugs themselves disinhibiting them. So I go out and do a crime, I just jump in a car because I'm disinhibited. So you have the drug use, and you also have the personality disorder. So therefore, statistics is always important.
And there is no doubt in Dr. Diyal Singh's mind pertaining to one thing.
We definitely know before that the personality disorders, the borderline personality disorders, sometimes the antisocial personality disorders, they are more prone to criminal activities. If you identify it earlier as children, or now, because you have to make that diagnosis after 18, but if you could diagnose that strange behavior, we can put watchdogs in place to monitor them, mentor them, and try to rein them in.
While some people may use marijuana recreationally, perhaps more now that it is decriminalized, the drug can have psychotic effects on some people. Dr. Diyal Singh points to the dangers as it relates to use and children.
What we have here is figures that came out from 2024, which shows that if there's an 11 increased risk when teenagers start to use marijuana for them turning psychotic. So it's an increase in those because their minds are now developing. They have the neural pathways there. So marijuana now can affect that and cause that psychopathy.
Alicia Boucher, TV6 News.